tax-free tipping. No taxes on tipping for service workers. What do you think about that one?
I think that's awesome, Larry. You know, we've all tipped before. And also lowering the corporate rate to 20% instead of Joe Biden going to 28%. We cannot continue to destroy corporate and the middle class. Joe Biden is trying to destroy both of them. He's already destroyed the middle class.
That was Senator Tommy Tuberville, seemingly a bit confused about the policy, and then immediately going to, well, we should cut corporate taxes. Now, they were discussing a Trump proposal to end taxes on tips. Hey, that sounds good, right? I mean, in theory, yes, I support less taxes on workers, more taxes on corporations. Not exactly the Tommy Tuberville route. Now, Tuberville, I don't know, maybe he thinks that the people that were doing the tipping would be getting a tax cut, which, again, makes no sense. So he just skips right over it. He's like, but yeah, okay, yeah, great, corporate taxes. But what is this about? Basically, it's a Trump ploy to try to get service workers in Nevada to support Trump. The culinary union specifically, which is very powerful in Nevada. Now, the issue, of course, is that this wouldn't do really anything to help the service workers, specifically low-income workers. In fact, according to tax policy expert Howard Gleckman, tax-free tips might help a relatively small number of waiters at high-end restaurants, but no low-income tip workers because they make so little income that they're already exempt from paying federal income tax. Do you understand? Like, you can't give them a tax cut because they already don't make enough money to pay taxes. That's it. So let's do some math, right? So if you're single and your income is below $12,950, then the IRS does not require you to file taxes, okay? And that's it. You don't make enough. So now, how much does the average tip worker make? About $6,249 in tips alone as of 2018. That's the last year for which data is available. Now, that's just for tips, right? $6,000 a year for tips. How much do they get in wages? Sub-minimum wage of anywhere from $2.19 to $2.30 an hour. Now, assuming that you as a tipped worker work full-time, you would make a grand total of $4,680 in wages at $2.25 an hour. So that's kind of the median right there, right? Meaning that you would have to bring in $8,270 in tips to reach the threshold of which you would file taxes to begin with. So, I mean, already you're not making that much money. This really wouldn't help anyone, okay? The people that you claim to be helping, the tip workers, really this wouldn't do anything for them. Now, here's why Trump is really floating this idea. Turns out that these changes could actually help hotel owners like Trump by slowing the effort to raise minimum wages for tipped workers. They can say, well, they don't have to pay taxes on their tips. So, we really shouldn't be raising their wages at all. In fact, most of their income should come from tips and not from us paying them. Therefore, because it's untaxed, and so we're just going to shift over to that. We're going to start paying them even less. And also could create new opportunities for corporations to game the tax system. Exempting tip income from taxation could lead workers and employers to reclassify ordinary income as tips where possible, and leads to a larger shift towards lower base pay and higher tipped income, as I had mentioned before. These companies would end up paying their workers less, saving more money, and require you and I, average people, the people who actually frequent these establishments, to make up the difference. So it doubly screws us and doesn't benefit workers at all. Lovely. Now, the culinary union, of course, heard this proposal, and they're like, this is completely and utterly unserious. Are you kidding me? And not only that, but social media, of course, came out and immediately made fun of this, as well as making fun of Tuberville. In fact, one person says, we've all tipped before? I bet Coach Tuberville has been getting his meals comped for the last 30 years. Another says he just wants a reason to spend less of his money on tipping people. That's all. And another says, another promise, just like the never-ending infrastructure week and reforming healthcare promises that Donald Trump will never follow through with. Again, it's not even a good promise, right? It's not even one that's going to be, beneficial to anyone but, again, the highest earning servers. Which, hey, great. I mean, if you're working in the service industry and you happen to be working at this high-end restaurant and you're making a lot of money in tips, oh, it's fantastic, great. But generally, this kind of change is not going to, it's going to do more harm than good to those very people that you're claiming that you want to help. Another says, perhaps companies should pay a living wage. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? And then finally, Tuberville is rock solid that you don't proof that you don't have to be very smart at all to be a successful college football coach. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.